Once upon a time, in a small village, nestled among lush green hills, there lived a 6-year-old boy named Ethan, with golden hair as radiant as the sun and wide, curious eyes. Ethan was a kind and obedient child who always tried to make his parents happy. His family was not wealthy, but their small home was filled with laughter and love. Until one day everything changed. Ethan's father, once the steadfast, cruel fighter for the family, became ensnared in the traps of gambling. At first he played for fun, but gradually the bets grew larger, and he began wagering more than he could afford. Debts piled up, and soon the family fell into poverty. Their small house fields and even their belongings were sold to repay the loans. Each time he lost, Ethan's father returned home with eyes weighed down by guilt and shame. Ethan was too young to fully understand what was happening, but he felt the change. His parents argued often, and his mother's quiet sobs echoed through the silent nights. Ethan didn't know how to help, but he was determined to do whatever he could. The little boy began doing small tasks around the village. Each day he fetched water for neighbors, collected firewood in the forest, and sometimes skipped meals to save food for his parents. Though his tiny body could barely withstand the exhaustion, Ethan never stopped trying. One cold winter night, as snow began to fall, Ethan collapsed while carrying water back home. When Ethan woke up, he found himself in a radiant garden, bathed in gentle light. Glowing flowers surrounded him, a fair and fairy with shimmering wings smiled warmly at him. Ethan, you are a brave and loving child, the fairy said, her voice as gentle as a lullaby. But you cannot continue to sacrifice yourself this way. Heaven has seen your pain, and I am here to help you. Ethan looked at the fairy, tears streaming down his cheeks. I just want my parents to be happy. I don't want them to argue anymore. The fairy placed her hand on his shoulder, her eyes full of love. You will not return to the village, but I will carry your message to your parents. They will realize the true value of love and family. In the village, Ethan's parents woke up to find a shimmering feather on their bed. They remembered all that Ethan had done for them, and their hearts filled with sorrow. The father knelt down weeping and vowed to give up gambling forever. The mother, tears streaming down her face, resolved to work hard to start anew. precious thing in their lives, their love and their little son. From that day on, they lived honestly, working to help those in need in the village as a way to honor Ethan. In heaven, Ethan smiled as he watched his parents change. He knew his sacrifice had not been in vain. Whenever a bright light appeared at sky night, people said it was little Ethan, a turning, a blessed effort.